It seems like everyone and their mother is talking about mental health these days, but it's kind of rare that we actually define what mental health really is. By the end of this video, you'll know 5 definitions of what it looks like to be a mentally healthy human being. My name is Dr. Park. I'm a psychologist for youth, and here at Through the Waters, we nurture youth mental health. I started my education in psychology in 2001 and went through many years of intensive clinical training to become a psychologist, including my internship and fellowship at the Children's Hospital Los Angeles. It's been interesting, to say the least, to watch mental health explode as a topic in the public sphere, especially in the past 5 years or so. It really does seem like everyone and their mother is talking about mental health. There are some very clear advantages to that, but there are disadvantages as well. One of the elephants in the room that I'd like to point out is that when we talk about mental health, we are often talking about mental health struggles, mental health diagnoses or conditions, mental illness, mental health suffering, mental health healing or treatment or tips, and we need to talk about all of that, absolutely. But we are rarely talking about the very center point of that conversation, which is what it actually looks like to be a mentally healthy human being. Like, have you ever heard someone provide a clear and specific picture of what it would look like to be a mentally healthy human? I mean, there's a big book of mental health conditions that mental health professionals use. It's called the DSM. The most recent version of this book is 947 pages long, and none of those 947 pages actually tell us what it looks like for a human to be mentally healthy. It's tons of information about what can go wrong when it comes to mental health. So I had a professor in graduate school who encouraged us to reflect upon the question of what is psychological well-being? And I think that's an excellent question that we really need to dig into. Otherwise, what are you headed toward? I mean, you can try all the mental health tips and hacks or whatever, but if you don't have a clear, specific, positive vision of what it would look like for you to be mentally healthy, how do you really know what you're aiming for? In this video, I'm not really trying to impose my own answer on this question, though I will share my answer later, but I'm more so trying to share the question with you to spark some reflection so that you can discover your own response to this question. What would mental health look like in your own life? So in the professional field of mental health, different people have different definitions of mental health or psychological health. And here's 5 different examples for you to consider. Freedom from anxiety, the ability to love and to work, dependence upon God and interdependence with people, health across the biopsychosocial dimensions of our being, like biological, psychological, and social, having our needs met, like according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Now, there's absolutely a ton more philosophical viewpoints and understandings of what mental health could look like. So those are just to get the wheels of your mind turning. And I'm providing those 5 examples not because I agree or disagree with them, but so that it can spark the question in your mind. And by the way, in case you're like, oh, Dr. Park isn't sharing her own viewpoint, and that's kind of like dodging the question, I often don't share my own viewpoint as a teacher so that I leave room for all the different views that people would have in a room. However, if you'd really like to know my own view, I would say that my own definition of mental health at this point is a combination of dependence upon God and interdependence with people, as well as holistic health of human beings across biological, psychological, social, cultural, and spiritual dimensions, all of which are interconnected. Those are not separate dimensions for me. Those are all just aspects of being human. So I don't see those as separate. So there you go, that's my view. If you have thoughts about what mental health would look like in your own life, Let us know in the comments below, even if you're like, I just want to heal and feel like my normal self again. If you found this video valuable, please click the like and subscribe buttons so you can continue to benefit from this mental health education over time.